Hey everybody. Um, I now have a shirt that isn't really socially acceptable anymore. You really don't want to high five anybody. Um, it's a coronavirus joke. So today, Michigan lockdown, which means that we're not supposed to leave our houses except if you're like an emergency worker. Um, I've already been in my house for a good 2.5 weeks, probably. I'm not a very good stay-at-home person. But anyway, today I wanted to talk about civility, um, testing for viruses, and Michigan lockdown. I'm a gamer, so I like to play games just to waste time. I have a little guy, he's 4.5, so it's kind of good to get him to check that out too. And what's going on with the future? So, first thing, civility. There's a lot of Republican Democratic debate now on with what's going on. And there's a lot of hostility going around. I don't like to use the term both sides because it's not an accurate representation of what's going on. Um, but I do think that there's hostility um, that each side feels is justified. Um, I think Republicans feel they're justified in the anger. I'm not sure exactly why, but just to get back at people. Um, and then Democrats are upset about people who voted for Donald Trump because of his racist tendencies. Um, he cut funding to the CDC. He gutted the pandemic response department. He's botched this whole lockdown. The thing that's made us have to go into lockdown because we haven't been testing enough people to figure out where all this stuff's coming from and how to fix it. So I think this is very personal to a lot of people right now. Um, and I think that on the Democratic side, I think the thing that is done wrong is holding the people who support Donald Trump responsible for what's happening. Um, and I think that they do bear some responsibility, but I think that there is a way to have a civilized conversation and bring people together and understand why it's bad to cut the pandemic response office and get rid of it, or why it's bad to cut CDC funding, or why it's bad to mess with healthcare and take healthcare away from millions of people with all the cuts he's done to the Affordable Care Act. Um, from the Democratic side, these are all personal subjects, and they tend to be very they affect you or your family members personally. So when there's debates about that, it can be very intense. Um, I think one of the things we could do to reach out is just to have a normal conversation. I think Facebook is a toxic hell stew that's ruining all civil debate. We used to be able to have conversations with each other on just about any subject. And if you do it face to face, it's hard to get mad and scream at somebody. But if you're doing it for 3 seconds at a time, intermittently, it's a lot easier to ignore like sarcasm or not understand that it's sarcasm because it's typed. Um, and if you say something ridiculous to somebody that knows what's happening, it's easy to instantaneously look at them and just like go, really? Is that really what you're gonna go with? You're gonna say that? Okay. And then it just brings the conversation back down to a reasonable level. Um, And I think if we had a way to communicate with people, that's one of the reasons why I want to do this is because there's a lot of it's difficult to have a good conversation about touchy subjects. We used to be able to have conversations about subjects and disagree on how to accomplish a goal, but we all agreed that people deserve the right to health care, that people shouldn't be dying just because their paycheck isn't big enough. So I think that there's a space that we can have those conversations, but I think it's difficult to get there. Now, on testing, there's a lot of things that people are saying. I think that the conservative side now, it seems like that perspective is changing very rapidly because they're trying to follow Donald Trump's lead. And he's been saying that everything was perfect and it's going to go away magically in a couple weeks to the sky is falling and it's all not his fault apparently. Um, and testing now, we're at a point where testing is pretty close to impossible because of how widespread this virus is. So if we would have started testing heavily early on, it could have helped us stop this massive escalation that's led to a Michigan lockdown. Well, that lots of states are locked down now, but Michigan's the latest one, and I just happen to live there. Um, yeah, I don't remember ever being locked in my house for 2.5 weeks under any other president. Hmm. This one is supposed to last another 3 weeks, and based on what's happening right now, I think that that is we'd be lucky to get out then. Hopefully we do. We'll see. Yeah, I don't see it happening. All right. Anyway, the Michigan lockdown. So yeah, for the next 3 weeks, we're all going to be locked in our houses, and it's going to be rough. Uh, from what I can hear, it's going to be something where we might even have to do this for Easter and stuff. Uh, our family today was my mom's birthday, so we had a celebration over Google Hangouts where we all, my sister's family, my family, and my parents, all were on a Google Hangout together in separate houses, and we all created our own cakes, lit the candle, and sang happy birthday, and we had a birthday dinner over a video chat. Um, Not exactly the way you wanna give your mom a birthday, but I think it worked out alright. Now, what are we gonna do during these lockdowns? Well, right now I'm gonna be working from home. It's gonna be I I enjoy working from home 'cause you get a lot of work done, but it's a lot of home time, and I have trouble staying home, so, yeah, it's gonna be tense. Normally, I work from home on Thursdays and Fridays, and then by Friday night, I really wanna go out and hang out with people. I've been doing this for 2.5 weeks now, so I've wanted to hang out with people for, like, 2.5 weeks. One of the things I do is video games 'cause I think it brings people together. I've been trying to get my little guy, Oliver, into doing it. We've been playing Super Monkey Ball recently. That's pretty fun. I have a friend, who was my roommate, and I found my found my memory card, and he has, like, all the top spots on all my games, all the levels on Super Monkey Ball, so I've been trying to hack away at those. But yeah, if you have an old console in your house, maybe bring it out and play with your kids and kinda bring back memories of what you did as a kid. Now the future, ah, the future. Future is gonna be tough. I think we're in a world of hurt economically, um, and I really feel sorry for all the people who are heroes right now. It's easy to say firefighters, police, the healthcare workers, and they all deserve everything they get. But right now we have the unsung heroes too, like all the people working in the grocery store stocking your food, the post office workers are bringing you mail, all the people at Amazon delivering your products. Um, I think that these people right now are being forced to do this work because there's nobody else to do it. And I mean, if we didn't have them, we wouldn't get food and medicine and all the other things we need. So I think we really need to thank them. If you ever see them, if you're ever in the store getting groceries, just make sure to say thanks for doing this. I have a friend who's right now doing mandatory 7-day work weeks. Um, and then the other side of the coin is there's a lot of people who are getting laid off right now and fired because their companies can't afford to pay them. And those small businesses, they don't even know how long they're gonna last. I mean, 3 weeks is a lifetime for some small businesses, so there's a chance that they're gonna go out of business, and like I said, I think 3 weeks is a short time frame, so we'll have to see how that goes. Hopefully, I'm wrong. Hopefully, things get back to normal quicker. Um, yeah, so that's my thoughts for today. Let me know in the comments what you guys think, if you have any thoughts on this. I know it's going to be a big topic for quite a long time. Stay safe out there. Try and keep yourselves away from each other. Excuse me. Sorry about that. So yeah, try and keep yourself safe. Stay away from each other so that you can do some social distancing. Um, oh my goodness. Thank you. All right. So have a great day. Consider subscribing because I made 2 videos. That's a reason to subscribe, right? Uh, add to some of the civil discourse below. My goal is to get people to talk and have reasonable conversations with each other. So hopefully you'll be able to do that as well. Have a good one.